Hello and welcome back to my World Tanks replays. And it's been a while since I've made one of these. And as such, this is actually a pretty old game. This is patch 9.6 gameplay going on here. So we're just going to jump into this game. I have not pre-watched this simply because this is a very good game and I kind of want to be in shock of the things I did back then. So we're just going to go into this. So yes, we are playing the KV-5, the Stronk Tier 8 Russian heavy tank, and it's a premium, no longer for sale, though it does quite often come up during special weekend events and whatever, in bundles and such. As you see, I have a description on the front of my KV-5s. It says, "The Red Army is the strongest." And that is a great motto for this tank. So we are sitting here on Stalingrad, the Stronk map, and we are going to go show people what the KV-5 does. So we chug along towards the enemy to see what we can do with our nice little 107mm gun. It has one of the worst penetration of any of the Tier 8 heavies. Actually, it is the worst penetration of any of the Tier 8 heavies. But the damage per minute is very, very nice. And as you see, I only have 4 APCR shells. Yes, I can handle this tank with AP shells. You just need to aim. Also, you can penetrate IS-3s and IS-6s because you're so tall and have very good gun depression, so you kind of just shoot down at them and you will go through. So yes, KV-5. Cromwell is dumb. Cromwell show front plate. So a lot of the strategy in the KV-5 revolves around side scraping and trying to hide your very, very large machine gun turrets. Cromwell very stupidly takes a shot at my side for some reason, so he dies for that. Survival of the fittest is how it goes in Soviet Russia. So now we are going to try to establish a better position, deciding whether or not I should move up here because there are all sorts of things showing up on the right, and I would kind of like some of that. Nom nom nom, Tiger 1. Let me put your... You didn't need that track. And now my friends will kill you. T-28 got himself in a really stupid situation there. That's not... You cannot be that aggressive with the T-28. At least not on this spot of this map. So I'm just sitting here, kind of side-scraping against this T-44. He doesn't have any shot at my weak spots, and thus I was very safe attacking him, but alas, there's a Panther, and he's German, so he needs to die. The T-44, though, he's a traitor to the Stronk cause, and thus he must also die. So we shall put 107mm shell into side of all who betray the Soviet Union. Now FCM-50T? FCM-50T does not have Stronk armor. FCM-50T is pathetic to 107mm shell. And so we will consume this FCM-50T with great ease. I can't actually tell if I'm trying to do a Russian accent or not. I don't think I am. And if it sounds like I'm trying to, I'm not doing it consciously. It's just the KV-5, you know, it oozes that Russian vibe, and therefore you just get a tendency to have a slight Russian accent, I suppose. So Jagdpanther we'd prefer not to get shot by, because he will hurt us much. That 50T will get to live another day for right now. Making sure he doesn't shoot us in our not as strong sides Still pretty strong, but 50 T-gun is quite good. So Gag Panther is gonna stupidly plant one into our side. We have a faster reload than him, so I'm just gonna come around the corner and finish him off. Shooting the lower plate was probably unnecessary, but whatever. We went for it. STA-1. Sorry, even the Japanese get no mercy from the Russians. The Russians are butthurt about the Russo-Japanese War. And so that is why they built KV-5. They built KV-5 to destroy STA-1. So yeah, now we're just going to plow around. I do apologize if you've been hearing Facebook messages in the background. That may or may not be happening. I think you probably are hearing that. Sorry, but Facebook is annoying and I forgot to close Facebook before recording, and I'm not re-recording this. And so, capitalist American tank also falls to Stronk 107mm shell. And so the score is now 11-9, so things aren't looking great, but we have KV-5, and that's what matters. So we're going to head back, and we're going to try to reset the good old cap, because we're not letting any KV-3s capture our base. Only KV is KV-5. And so we cruise at our blistering top speed of 30-ish, getting up to like 33 or 32. So now we must reset the cap. Hello, KV-3. How's it going? His viewport, I believe, eats a shell there, which is kind of unfortunate. And then his troll plate attracts that shot like a magnet. He tracks me, but whatever. So I will just side scrape, and he will bounce uselessly off my armor as I put shells through his front. So now I must move up because he is too much of a coward to show himself. Unfortunately, his side manages to bounce my shot, and he does draw me around the corner, but hey, whatever. So we shall put another shell in him. Meanwhile, 4502A is getting a little too close for comfort. I get tracked again. Somehow my other track gets tracked, mind you. He shot the side that he couldn't see and tracked it. So now we are going to turn our vehicle around. As you see, the KV-3 bounces harmlessly off our side. So 4502A is kind of a problem, and we need to deal with that. So we are going to compromise by facing our butt to the KV-3 and our front to the 4502A. Now the KV-3 has moved out of the cap, so he's clearly trying to pursue me. 4502 makes the wrong choice. 4502 dies. And now there's an M41 Bulldog that has just killed our KV-85. And once again, RNG absolutely hates me and hits the KV-3's troll plate, which is just fantastic. So now we must plant shot into not so strong KV-3 armor, but sadly, Stalin was not with us that day. Stalin had a very important doctor's appointment to go to, and thus KV-5 did not win. So I'll see you guys in the after action report. Action report, where we see the sad conclusion that it was a defeat. They didn't secretly give us the win, though we did deserve it. And so, 111,000 credits and 1,222 experience were earned on a loss. So yeah, But we did end up doing 1,000 damage to a 50T, 300 to a 4502, 1,000 damage to an STA, 906 to a T44, 225 to a Jagdpanther 2, also another 1,200 to a KV-3, another 225 to a T-29, another 268 to a Tiger, 20 to a Panther, and 750 to a Cromwell. What does that add up to, you may ask? That adds up to... Oh. Well, I thought there was less screenshots. We also did a good amount of module damage, as you see on the STA. Very unfortunately, getting the ammo rack of the T-44, and various other things, mostly tracks, and getting in a little bit of assistance damage as well. As you see, those two are from shooting the tracks of the T-44 and Tiger 1 respectively. But anyways, as I was saying, all that damage adds up to a nice, solid 6,330 in a Tier 8 vehicle. That is my record damage. The only thing that has ever come close is I got close in the M46 Patton yesterday at 5.6k. Now keep in mind that I only have one fully upgraded Tier 9 and no Tier 10s. So that's part of the reason that this is still my damage record. But even so, 6,000 is not easy to get at Tier 9 and 10, let alone on a freaking KV-5. So I am very, very proud of this game. This is the highest damage game on my channel, obviously, and probably will be the highest damage game on my channel for quite a long time. And we also managed to get ourselves a Top Gun, and obviously high calibered. There's no question there. But the Top Gun was also nice, and so yeah, it was a very, very disappointing loss. I was really, really angry at the time that the KV-3 just got the most BS bounces at some point, and that was really annoying. But as we go over to the detailed report, we'll see 30 shots fired, 29 direct hits, strong crush and accuracy, and 23 penetrations because of the trolley bounces off the KV-3, once again, which was very unfortunate. So 6,330 damage on our 23 hits. We also received 23 hits, 14 of which bounced entirely, meaning we blocked 4,000 damage. If I had been doing the Heavy Tank 15 mission at the time, I would have been really happy because I actually would have achieved it. That would have been really nice. And then enemy vehicle spotted 1, damaged 10 vehicles, destroyed 6 of them. Also got, 1,000 assistance damage just to add in, so we have like over 11,000 total various damages. Also with 68 base defense points. So I did pretty much everything that game. If we go back to the team, the rest of the team did some stuff. The IS-6 did well. The T-71 and Super Pershing did okay. I guess one of those Tiger 1s did okay. KV-85 did okay because he was a Tier 6, but other than that, not so great. You can see towards the bottom the T-28 who was really stupid and got himself killed. But yeah, that was a very, very, very good game I had in the KV-5. I highly recommend that if you ever see this up on sale for whatever weekend event where it might be a bundle or whatever, as long as it's not like bundled with something else and it's $100, I would really recommend getting this vehicle because most of all, it's just fun. The KV-5, it's heavy, but it still goes decently fast, so you can trolley ram into things, and the gun is super high DPM. You might get a little frustrated if you can't handle the low pen gun, and then you're not going to make as much money because you're going to be firing APCR. But overall, it's a very fun. It's a hilarious looking vehicle, hilarious sized vehicle. It's one of the most unique vehicles in the game, and I really do enjoy playing my KV-5. and as such, I have had my best game in World of Tanks in the KV-5. I've also got like, as I was looking through replays for which one I would do for this episode, I found like 4 other KV-5 replays. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.